Did I forget to film an intro? Yes, I did. But you know what? I was reading it and then I was thinking, oh, I'm just gonna make a review at the end. But while reading The Cruel Prince, it was too much for me to handle that I had to do a reading vlog. Anyway, so the reason I picked this up was because it was recommended multiple times to me on booktube, and I saw it in Waterstones or something, and I just had to have it. And to be honest, it looks like a really pretty book. So yeah, I did not expect anything from this book. Like, I came into this absolutely no clue about what it is about. I just read the back of it, and then that's as much as I know. So stick around to hear my thoughts on The Cruel Prince. I'm just gonna be honest with you guys. I've started reading The Cruel Prince, and to be honest, I am not liking it so far. I wanted to do a book review at the end of it, but as you can see, I'm like on chapter 11 already. Chapter 11, sorry. I am already on chapter 11 and I am still not liking it. I love the cover though, it's really pretty. But it's just like the bullying, the non-stop bullying, it's abusive. It's too much. I don't see how anything can be romantic out of this, and I don't get the hype yet. Hopefully when I get deeper into it, because I don't want to put it down. I had the urge to kind of just stop it for today, but you know what, like, I just want to continue. One thing that struck out to me so much is this idea that Jude has of her not being able to be one of the folk, but is craving that belongingness because of how helpless she feels. And I get how people think that's kind of weird, and let's say example Bella from Twilight, like, she really wants to be a vampire because she doesn't want to grow old, and you know, Edward still looking like an 18-year-old while she's looking like a 60-year-old. You know what, like, yeah, it sounds stupid, but then when she had a daughter, like when she got pregnant, yeah, you can kind of understand why she wants to be a vampire. But I remember in Twilight, like, she was kind of in a way envious of how beautiful they were, and when she did transform in Breaking Dawn, like, you could just see how her being changed made her felt differently about herself. So this one, it's just the need for, well, not the need, but the want of Jude to be one of the folk, for them to stop bullying her, is so valid because of how cruel they are, like literally cruel towards her. And it's just, it's infuriating to read. It's too much. And it's the thing that got me so bad was I forgot his name. Valerian made her eat that apple, and it was just, I almost stopped reading it because of that scene, and it's just too much. And hopefully it'll get better from there, but I'm not gonna stop reading it. I have to get through it and see how my feelings are after this vlog. So I am on page 141 of The Cruel Prince, and is that ink, or I don't know, my brain's too dirty for this. It's just too dirty for this. I am actually speechless. I don't know what to say about this, but I need coffee. I probably need coffee. All right, I'll update you guys later. I mean, I'm going through it a bit slowly just because I had dinner, and then I'm I just got a little busy just trying to tidy up the house, and yeah, I'll update a little later. It's already like 7:30 here. Still bright outside though, so that's nice. Probably want to try going out for a walk, but then I'm too lazy. I'll probably just stay here and read some more. I'll update you later. Bye. Well, I'm gonna sort all of these out. I have books here, books there, and I need to kind of arrange everything. My archery bag doesn't look nice there, does it? But anyway, I'll have to dust everything first, and then decide which books I want to put on the other shelf where I usually film, and then put the other books back here. But I have to just get everything sorted out first. So basically, these are all the books I need to sort out, decide on which one goes in here, and which ones will be on the display where I film. The thing is though, we have 3 bookshelves. We have one here on our, tiny hallway. As you can see, we have like not miscellaneous books, but it's like books that anyone who comes and visits can read. We have some manga there as well, some Folio Society type books, and classical mythology, and just bits and bobs of what we're kind of fond of. I might put some books here, and I'll probably take up the second shelf and the third shelf, because that's more of what you can see when I film. I'll get all of his knickknacks out of the way, except for the 2 GGs over there. Those stay there. But yeah, he has some nice collections though. Don't get me wrong, but it's not what I like, so I'll put what I like there anyway. But yeah. Hi guys. Hello. Apologies for wearing the same clothes again. I mean, I am gonna have a shower soon after I finish arranging this bookshelf and dusting it all off and changing the knickknacks and stuff. But I was supposed to go outside. I was supposed to go to archery, and I was also supposed to go to Waterstones to maybe pick up a book. But as you can see, it's pissing rain outside. It's really bad. I also wanted to go to the park up there, but yeah, I don't think I'll be able to. Anyway, I am still reading. The Cruel Prince, and I'm in chapter 18, and I will try to finish that today, and hopefully the second book. So instead of going to Waterstones, I just ordered it from Amazon, and hopefully it'll arrive tomorrow. So when it does, I will probably continue it, because this book is quite interesting. So I'm not a big fan of it. I'm not a big fan of the whole bullying aspect of it, but the intrigue, the political intrigue, and I just want to know the motives of the characters, and it's just hard for me to understand what really drives them to do all these bullying. And it's just, I am almost so close to DNFing it, but then there's just something about the writing that makes me want to keep going. And Well, I'll give you an update as soon as I finish, or maybe when anything significant happens, I'll give you an update. I'll see you later. So I just finished dinner, and that was the yummiest kimchi fried rice I've made. That's my rendition of it anyway. But yeah, I'm so full, so I'm gonna go take a shower and hopefully finish The Cruel Prince. So a little update. I'm now on, what chapter am I? Chapter 20. I didn't really read that much because I had to finish tidying up, and I had to also swap bookshelves with my partner. But yeah, so they're getting ready for the coronation, and Jude just kind of killed someone for the first time, and it's getting really interesting. To be honest, like, the only thing that's keeping me going with this is the intrigue, the whole plotting against who's gonna be the next king. It's just so fascinating. I actually already ordered the second book. I can't stop. It's good. I can't stop because of that. I'll update you later again, and hopefully I'll finish this tonight. No! Oh. Oh no. Oh. Hi. Hello. So I'm kind of a little bit closet cosplaying Jude right now, and just to give you an update, I have finished The Cruel Prince last night. I did not sleep. I could not put this book down, and when I was done, it was already 4 a.m. in the morning. So it is a good book. Just a little bit of a warning in the beginning where there's a lot of bullying that happens. I don't know if anyone gets affected by that, but it really did affect me to the point that I almost kind of DNF'd it. Almost. But then, you know what, I was like, no, we have to power through this. We need to get through it. And then, yeah, it's a really nice level of fantasy. When you try to read fantasy and you feel overwhelmed with all the lore and the world building and just all of it in general, I would highly recommend this book because it does have a good amount of world building and a good amount of creatures, mythical creatures and cultures. This is a YA fantasy, and I would highly recommend it because it is a nice entry to the genre of fantasy. But yeah, there is a little bit of enemies to lovers in this book. It's never gonna be quiet here. So a little summary about the book. Basically, we follow the character of Jude and how she struggles to get through the court of the folk or the fairies. So the reason why she's there is because when she was a kid, her parents got brutally murdered in front of her, and she was taken by the murderer. Her twin sister and her half sister get whisked away into the kingdom of Alfheim, and basically she has to kind of maneuver her way through the society and the gentry of the world of the Fae. Now, my review of this book is it is quite nicely written. I cared a little bit too much about Jude, and I love how it was a little bit confusing for me to understand the real motives of characters in the book who are not mortal. But then again, that is the point. Like, they're in a different realm. They have their own culture and their own kind of behavior and ways, and it really was intriguing to kind of try to dissect every single non-human character in the book. And there is espionage and there is plotting, and it is so good. I could not put it down. I just had to continue it, and I've already ordered the second book. My thoughts on the book, and yes, warning, there is spoilers, but so Jude, she is a very interesting character. I could not understand her motives at first. She sounds like she's having a hard time. She's being bullied. She doesn't understand why she was specifically targeted. She is mortal, and she feels like she is always in a vulnerable state. She feels like it's dangerous to be with the non-human creatures there because humans are so vulnerable to being glamored and being to the point that you will actually try to kill yourself because you just get enchanted by the world. So she gets bullied, and there is a scene here where she gets too badly bullied that it did trigger me a bit. That at that point I almost did not finish the book. But it was when she went to school alone and they were trying to study the stars, and Valerian and Nicasia, I can't pronounce her name anyway, but they bully her to the point that she was forced to eat an apple. And basically, like, some fruits in this world can cause them to be too intoxicated that they will actually feel no pain. They'll just feel happiness, and they'll just want to please people. And it does become dangerous because then you'll be really easily manipulated. So that happened to Jude. And then the part where Valerian tried to choke her with the apple and she almost died, that scared me. And it was just a little bit too much. She was forced to strip naked. Well, she wasn't forced, she was commanded to strip naked. And then it's just awful. But I got through that, and then, well, you just see how vulnerable she is and how scared she actually is, that you kind of empathize with her and you start rooting for her, and I did. And then it's just how she gets stronger, how she gets cunning, and I love her. I love her character. Prince Cardan, on the other hand, he is a spoiled brat. Like, I could not really tell because we are only being told the story through Jude's perspective. And the thing is, Cardan is basically her *1 enemy. He is a prince, he's spoiled, he gets away with anything and everything. If he wants to change the curriculum, he can. And he is honestly very insufferable and just plain out cruel. At the end, there is kind of a bond that happens between Jude and Cardan. Basically, it is enemies to lovers, and our characters the romantic characters are Jude and Cardan. That's my take on Cardan. At the end of the book, we do get to know him a little bit better because there is more conversation with him and Jude. But that's the reason why I really want to read the second book already. It's already coming anyway. It's being delivered. But the reason is because I want to know how their relationship develops. I would say it is kind of a little bit of a slow burn because the relationship, the interest of each other, the interest of each character does start at the very end, like at the second to the last chapter anyway. But I am looking forward to the second book to see what happens next. Next character I want to talk about is Maddox. Basically, he is the father figure or the stepfather of Jude, and Maddox is also the murderer of Jude's father and mother. So what happened was, a little summary on that is that Maddox used to be married to Jude's mother. Jude wasn't alive when that happened. Basically, her half-sister is Maddox's daughter, and she runs away, fakes her death, runs away with a human, and they get married and they have 2 kids, twins. Jude, her twin sister Taryn, and Vivi, who is her half-sister, gets whisked away back to Elfheim, and that's where our story starts. So Maddox, he is so confusing for me because he is a bloodthirsty, conniving, intelligent general, and he would not hesitate to kill anyone. He even killed the love of his life, which is Jude's mom. But the thing is with that is Maddox constantly tells Jude he loves her, but he murdered his wife, her mom. And it's just confusing because obviously his favorite child is Jude. That's what I can tell. Is because despite Vivi being there and Taryn being there, all of his attention kind of, because he loves war and being a general and strategies and stuff, the only person that has interest in that is Jude, and he goes out of his way to actually train Jude and take her seriously. And it's quite a confusing, conflicting type of way for me because I want to hate him, but then there are moments where it is quite, I think I put a tab on that. So Maddox gives her a sword which Jude's biological father has forged for him, and he talks about how he talks about his deceased wife so endearingly that you still think that he is still in love with her and he regrets his actions. And then he is such a father figure, and he does subtle things for Jude that makes you kind of get attached to him in a way as well. So there's a piece here, there's a bit where Jude was trying to ask Maddox what their parents were like, because they did die at when she was a very young girl. And basically she says here, like, she was thinking, sometimes I just want to hate her mother. If I can hate her, then it won't be so bad that I love him. Because she has love for Maddox, but also, like, morality-wise, it's so wrong. It's so wrong to think of him as a father because of what he did and what he can do. From the very beginning, I knew he's a power-hungry fairy, and he is so confusing, and I just want to know what happens next, because I'm pretty sure he's still on the second book. He was a very difficult character for me to like, but hate. Like, I hate and like him at the same time. He has his moments. That's all I can say. Taryn is Jude's twin sister, but basically she is kind of the opposite of Jude. She's a mirror image of Jude, not in like a physical sense, but in like if Jude is rough and tumble and really hard around the edges, Taryn is trying to be as soft and regal as one of the Fays. She is by far my most hated character in this book. It's because of what she does to Jude. She acts all kind and sweet and innocent, but then she does not hesitate to betray Jude's feelings and trust and make Jude kind of fall in love with someone for her just to prove herself that she can be the one who can be married to a fairy. She acts so innocent and I hate it. I hate it so much, especially when we discover that all of it, everyone was in it. Everyone knew that Cardan's bullying group, all of them knew that Locke was only kind of seducing or trying to court Jude just to prove if Taryn can pass the test and not talk about it to anyone, being a little bit secretive or being kind of honest. The thing is, like, fairies don't trust humans here because humans can lie and fairies can't. But it's pathetic, and I hate it, and I hate her. And she is so annoying, and she plays this victim thing, and it's just, I don't like it. And speaking of Locke, he is an asshole, and I don't like him as well. And I used to like him from the beginning of the book. Like, oh my god, those little blue tabs right there, like those little blue tabs, that's Locke's part. And I was like, oh my god, he's maybe the love interest, because I didn't know anything about it. And it's just so annoying. It's so annoying how he's trying to be this, he is sly like a fox, because that's how he's constantly described, like his fox-like hair. And it's just, you know what? I don't care about him anymore. I personally feel like I'm the one who got betrayed, and because you know what, I am embodying Jude right now, and I hate Locke. Completely hate him. I hate him to his core. Another character I want to talk about is Vivi, which is Jude's half-sister, and she is half fae and half human. And I just love how she has her own thing happening in the background, you know, like she has her own life that's happening, and she does not, I love how some of the characters here aren't here to just help the narrative of the main character. You know how, you know, there's a best friend and all she does is just talk to the main character to help move the plot a little forward. So I love how Vivi has her own thing. She has a relationship with someone in the mortal world, and it's just so cute because I can, like, while I'm reading it, I'm thinking about her and Heather and how they're having their relationship. When will she tell Heather about the truth? But you know what? It's just, I wish there's like a spin-off. I don't know if there is like a spin-off book about her love story, and I just want to know about it because it's quite nice. So another thing I want to talk about in this book is I really love the Court of Shadows. They are this amazing group of spies, and I love how they kind of, when all their plan, you know, hits the fan, they kind of try to stay together and think of plans, and then they kind of gradually, you know, make Jude their leader. And I love it. Every time they're doing something like a training montage with Jude, or actually doing their kind of heist thing, I just love reading about it, and I can't stop reading when it comes to them, like the Court of Shadows, and it's so interesting, and I wish there's more of it. And I know there's a good chunk of them in the book, but I want more of them on the second book, and I can't wait. I seriously cannot wait. But I think I've discussed most of the important characters that I love and care for and am curious about in this book, and I cannot wait for the second book. I give this a solid 4.5 stars, almost edging to a 5-star. It's just because I'm hooked, and this is it, and I can't wait to finish the whole series. But yeah, this month of July, I'm just gonna read whatever I want to read, because, you know, like, I really want to do a TBR thing where I try to read some of the books that I already have, but sometimes I've fallen in love again with reading, and I want to keep supplementing that love. And right now, fairies and, you know, mythological creatures and just YA fantasy is feeding that drive, and I'm not gonna let go, because it has been a long while, years of reading slumps, and I am just happy. I am happy that I am enjoying this book. I have read it in like a day because I did take breaks in the middle, but I am so happy with this book, and I'm so happy to be back to read, to fall in love again with reading. And yeah, I'm really sorry about the noise because, you know, I live next to the road, so it's just, it happens and I can't really help it. But this is my first reading vlog, and I hope you guys like it, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!